we're not the only Friday YouTube. Well, we're the only Friday. Well, we're not the only guy doing hockey during the summer on YouTube. But we're certainly the most fucking entertaining on YouTube. Do you know that guy, Hockey Buzzcast? I think his name's Pele Eklund or something like that.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I can never figure out why he would have like 200-300 people. All right, he beats us on the regular, and he always has, right? And I watch the show; it's a good show. It does it on Google Plus. I wish the guy would fucking just give me a call. I'd get him.
Why would you do it on Google Plus?
I don't know, but I tell you something. The guy seems like a decent human being. If he ever got in touch with me, I'd straighten his ass out. I'd get him going the right direction. But I didn't realize this. He is also a part of the website Hockey Buzzcast. And that's why he gets all those viewers. I was always a little suspicious of what was going on over there. But no, it's a good podcast. I recommend it. I always wanted to beat them. But they do a real good job, and they have established websites, so people are, kind of willing to listen to their podcast. But it doesn't mean that they're... I think we have more subs than they do, too. It doesn't mean that they're as entertaining as In the Crease with Tommy C. And, of course, Jeff Huffman and the SFTP crew. All right, today we're going to talk about that dipshit Evander Kane. And,
oh, God, what do you do now?
I want to like him. I do. And he's look, he got a break last December from the SJWs because he's black. That's not going to be said in the Pele Eklund Buzzcast
Pretty
show.
much.
No, he got a pass from the media. I've had people come up to me and say, well, it's because the media handled the Patrick Kane situation so bad. No, it isn't. They have no regrets about what happened with Patrick Kane. They're a little more afraid to go after Evander. But here's the thing. The stuff is starting to pile up now. And he is now, I think, directly in the SJW crosshairs. And we are definitely anti-SJW hockey podcast here. He's in their crosshairs. They're really coming after him. This is, I'll give you some of the latest. First, this is to show you that he is in the crosshairs. His birthday was last week, and the Sabres tweeted it out. They said that happy birthday, Evander Kane. They showed balloons on their Twitter feed, and everybody's like, oh, you can't say happy birthday. He's under investigation. Oh, it's ridiculous. He hasn't been convicted of anything yet. And the first time around, the cops dropped the case because there's nothing to it. Then, about a week ago, he turns himself in for trespassing, and no details have come out about that particular case that I
have exclusive footage on my channel of him trespassing.
Yes,
by the way,
and check Grand Slam 87 exclusive with his trespassing. Yeah, he's playing Pokemon Go is what he was doing.
Yeah,
and that's how he got trespassed. And they give you the warning on Pokemon Go.
They do that. Well, no, in his defense, they didn't give that warning out before at the time of the trespassing.
He should have came up with that update. Jesus Christmas. Tommy does look like Vince Vaughn. Do I really? That's not the worst guy to look like. Yeah, Vince Vaughn.
There's plenty worse things to be than Vince Vaughn.
I don't know. I think I'm the best looking guy in the Baited podcast, but I don't know what English Boy looks like. So maybe he looks better than me. I don't know. Keem wants to fascinate like Colossal's got like big, he's really tall, gangly, and has bad teeth, like most Englishmen. But I don't think so, though. I'm the prettiest guy in the Baited podcast. No, and I'll getting back to Evander. Shows you where my mind's at. He's being sued by the woman that he was charged, and the cops said no go. There's no evidence here. By the woman that initially filed the, rape allegation, which nobody really found anything. Buffalo Sabres forward Evander Kane is being sued by the woman who alleged Kane assaulted her in December, according to Buffalo News. Kane is also filing a countersuit, which I always think is a good idea. If I was Patrick Kane, I would make sure anybody accused me of rape was living in poverty the rest of their lives. Somebody accuses me falsely of that, and I got money. You're gonna be sued into poverty. You're gonna be running from McDonald's, going to Burger King. If somebody sues me of that, especially when they got nothing behind it. Late December. In late December, it was reported that he was the subject of a sex offense investigation. After the report, Kane spoke briefly in the matter of proclaiming his innocence. In March, he was cleared of wrongdoing. An affidavit filed by the Supreme Court said Kane met the plaintiff, Rachel, I can't say her, we'll just call her, I don't have to give her name out, at the downtown bar on December 26th and 7th, invited her to his hotel room at Buffalo Marriott Harbor Center, which he had been living all year. The suit claims that Kane intentionally and or recklessly endangered in extreme and outrageous conduct towards the plaintiff, Rachel, in a manner so shocking and outrageous that it exceeded all reasonable bounds of decency. Notice there's no rape allegation in this civil suit. That's what you told the cops. That's what you told the cops. Now, it sounds like you're describing an asshole. And if it's a crime being an asshole, they probably have to make Buffalo a fucking prison colony. Jesus.
Hey, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here right now.
No, that's why I had to live in. I'd have to move to Germany. An affidavit also alleged he caused severe emotional distress of such intensity and duration there's no reasonable person should expect to endure. And then that means they're going to get some fucking. I honestly think psychology is borderline pseudoscience. They go, well, yes, you could get a certain amount of damage if somebody says and does mean things. It also alleged that Rachel was suffer bodily injury, including lacerations, excessive bleeding, requiring multiple surgeries, blood transfusion, and severe. I say I don't buy that because she would have been arrested. He wasn't arrested. He was investigated. They let him go. I don't buy that at all. Injuries describes as serious, painful, permanent, and painful. Whatever. What the fuck? I still like to know what the guy. I bet if it was Patrick Kane, we would have known what's gone on over there.
Yeah, probably.
And the fact that Kane's filing a countersuit it says a lot. Well, we have this, which he's probably more than likely innocent of. We've got the trespassing, which we don't know anything about. We have the history or tumultuous history with him in Atlanta and Winnipeg. We have it's just this guy. Look, just because you're accused of rape doesn't make you a rapist. But if you add this shit up, and you could say the same thing about Patrick Kane, to be honest with you might be an asshole. I think there's ample evidence. There's something wrong with this fucking kid, and I want to like him so much because he has the talent to be a Hall of Famer. He's not going to be because his head is so firmly implanted up his ass that he can't seem to get it together. I just can't imagine, right? Since I got in the Baited podcast, that's all I think about. How do I make it better? How do I make Shot from the Point better? How do I increase this? That's all I want to do. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. I could see
shouldn't he be focused on doing the same thing?
That's all you should be thinking about is hockey. That's all you should be thinking. You should be working out in the morning. That's it. I bet he doesn't work out as hard as you. You know?
Well, he does work out. He does do push-ups with stacks of money on his back.
Yeah, that really bothered you, didn't it? When he did that.
What?
The stacks of money.
No, it's just easy.
Mr. Workout King. Check out
that's just like that's a douchey thing to do. I was like, I got a little money here. Do some push-ups on it.
I guess I like my athletes slightly douchey. For the simple. Well, who is that guy? Sherman. I saw somebody wearing a Sherman jersey today. He came out and cut that wrestling promo after a game 2 years
football?
ago.
Yeah, football. Richard Sherman.
Everybody got so up in arms, and they made it a racial issue and all this other bullshit. But I honestly thought the shit was funny. I like guys.
It was hysterical. Right. I didn't see that coming whatsoever.
And I don't have a problem with people saying that he did come off as a thug. Yeah, he did, but I thought it was funny. That woman was.
Yeah, he also had a 3.5 GPA from Stanford.
Yeah, so. And he also fucking pulled the race card like a bitch afterwards as well.
That's true.
Yeah, that's probably where that education went, right, to SJW race card. But that being said, I don't think people were criticizing him because he was black. They're criticizing because he was an asshole. He's a jerk. And I think I just wonder about this Evander Kane care. I question his intelligence. This is dumb. This is stupid. You should be... Look, I'm all about going out, doing the dude bro stuff, catching chicks, but not at the expense of your hockey career. No. Look what happened to Patrick, man.
It really pisses me off that guys who have that much skill in what they do.
Oops, sorry. I can't believe I did that. You know what? Because the button is on. I apologize. The button is different on this particular scheme than the other one. But go ahead. You were saying.
No, it just pisses me off that a lot of these guys have that much skill in what they do, a sport that I grew up loving, skill that I obviously wasn't blessed with,
No.
and they're just wasting it.
It is. It
pisses me off.
It is very frustrating. Well, I think the guy's dope. I really I don't really understand him at all. I don't really get it. Talk about a couple other things, and I'd be happy to take your phone calls. But stand by with those, if you guys don't mind. What else do I got? I got some interesting topics. Yeah. Oh, the javelin guy. I got to get this for you.
Oh my God!
God, this
that
is
was wonderful.
I can't do clips anymore because I'm thinking about getting a partner, a YouTube partner, which means a lot of old episodes are gonna have to be thinned out, from what I understand. But if you guys got to see this, this is just freaking amazing.
Oh, it was everywhere. I mean, this made I'm pretty sure I saw this on the Today Show. Also,
so well, I guess they're just they're screwing around in the SA. They're in their sort of preseason, and I've been watching some KHL games, believe it or not. And I guess they're doing some skills competition or screwing around. This guy puts the puck at the end of the stick, and he's like, "Oh, who was that black guy hockey fan that became real famous for liking the St. Louis Blues? Tony X."
Tony X.
That's the one I thought. He's like, because one of his famous line was like, "Goalie just left the net and said fuck it." This guy, it just
oh yeah. When the Blackhawks pulled Crawford, he's like, "What?" The goalie just said "fuck it" and left.
Yeah, the goalie's just. That's what I thought. The goalie just fucking. This guy just put the puck on the stick, threw it, and said "fuck it," and that's what he did. If you get a chance to see this, it is absolutely hysterical. I highly recommend it. It's just fucking funny. He just puts the stick and he just throws it. He just like and just walks away.
I mean, the amount of skill it takes just to balance the puck on the stick alone, but to keep it on the stick and actually throw it in the net
and have it stay on the stick. It's just amazing. I'd run the clip if I could, but you're never gonna get a fair. You're never gonna win a fair use thing with the KHL and the NHL. But it's really good, and it's also saying it's getting close to hockey season. I tell you something. We're less than 30 days away because I just saw the new World Cup schedule, and they're having like preseason games, like September 2nd, September 3rd.
Nice.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, NHL 17's coming up around that time too. This is coming out ultra early, like the
NHL 17, my birthday, the 13th.
Yeah, so we're coming. Yeah, it's coming out the 13th. Usually comes out in October or sometimes late September. So we're gonna get that. We're about ready to go with this. We're about ready to make it happen. So I'm looking forward to that. The Vegas team. The Vegas team. Now because they can't get the Black Knights, I guess they're going with the Silver Knights.
What?
How about the Jacks?
The Aces.
The Aces. What about the Jacks? Jacks are cool. That's a cool name. It's a cool nickname.
Yeah.
Las Vegas Jacks. And then you put the card. I mean, it's like you get the Jacks. Or the Blackjacks, something like that. It's got to be gambling related.
Las Vegas the Blackjacks.
Yeah, and you could even, if you call them the Blackjacks, and you call them Blackjacks is better because you could still use the card. You know?
Yep.
You could still use the card. You could make a badass Jack. You know? I don't know. I think it would be badass, but they're still trying to. I worry about this team because I don't know.
I think it'll work better than the Coyotes.
But that's not a very high bar.
That's true. I know. I'm just saying.
I just got Oh, I think I have to. I probably should do this. Sometimes I get donations when I'm not in the air, and I feel so awful when I can't shout people out. And I do want to shout some people out right now, and I don't even know that. I didn't even pair. I just thought of it now. But I did get. They're little donations, but I really do appreciate them. Let me go through these real quick because I feel awful. Of course, Kyle sent me $1. I really appreciate that, and somebody else sent me $1. It was a female fan, and I have to get that too. And well, maybe it's not. I'm just gonna say I can't say the name. I'm just gonna say Mac. Oh no, that was somebody else. But I got to get these out because then I feel awful if I don't say it because they send me stuff. And somebody named Bitter Logic sent me something. So I'm going to shout those guys out. I don't know who they are, but don't think that I don't see it. But if I'm not live and Right now, I got the capture card, and I'm trying to figure out all that shit, get that shit up so I can be we can get the donations on screen pop up during NHL beta or 16. I think the beta expires tomorrow or something, right?
Yeah, I thought they extended it, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw Snooza complaining about something.
No, what else is new? So the beta's coming. We got the beta, and I'm supposed to get donations. I just don't know how I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to run it on both TVs. I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan because I got a splitter. A splitter just splits the signal, right?
HDMI splitter, yeah.
Yeah, I got a splitter, so maybe I'll just run the game.
You
directly
didn't
to
you
this
didn't have
monitor.
to get a splitter.
What? I didn't have to? No, I don't have
No.
to, but no, I think I do because I need to use 2 monitors, and I can. Because I got to see the donations. Because I can't just not acknowledge the
Okay.
donations.
No, because with the PlayStation 4 it has HDCP protection,
Mm-hmm.
so you would have to turn that off
Yeah,
to
I did.
use a capture card.
I did. And funny, I found that out the
Okay.
hard way. I had to turn that. What is that HCP protection? What is that?
I guess it protects you from like recording movies and stuff on it, because I know I was able to record movies on my PlayStation 3.
Oh, no kidding.
It didn't have HDCP protection.
Well, I unclicked it, and then I was able to run it through the card. So I have seen it through the card.
Yeah.
But the problem is I'm getting a little lag when I'm playing. Especially when the puck moves quickly, that I'm not getting. So I was thinking about
Like on the computer
on the
or...
computer. On the computer.
Well, yeah, it's there's always a little bit of a delay.
I hate that. But you know what I could do is I could split the signal from the PlayStation. That's what I'm thinking. So I could just see the PlayStation graphic, and then the TV behind me will show me everything that's going on the computer. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have to talk to McKinsey. And then another thing is talking to you guys and having the people that I'm talking to, which is really, really important, hear me. That's another thing. So this is complicated. I'll figure it out, but it's complicated. Like I said before, the World Cup games are out, starting in early September. We're just about there. Anton Vermette, former Chicago Blackhawk, put on waivers.
Yeah, well, he had a cup of coffee with them.
Yeah, he had a cup of coffee with them. But he's put on waivers, which is a little and nobody really knows why. The only reason I can come out, but everything is so strange, they probably just can't afford to pay him. That's what I think. I think it's just that simple. They can't pay him.
Let's see.
They say it's a really weird move. No, they can't afford him. That's I think it's probably just something simple. Everybody thinks there's something mysterious. Maybe there's something wrong with him. Maybe he's
he
not doing well.
made $3.75 million last year.
Doesn't mean they can afford him. No. I just that's my guess. It's so weird. It's strange. Why did they do that?
He just turned 34.
Yeah.
So
he's got good 3 years left in him. Maybe more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
maybe.
Thanks. And then if Taylor Hall wasn't pissed off before, management said he struggled against NHL's tougher teams. Putting that wound in the salt as he goes to New Jersey. Taylor was pissed he got traded from Edmonton, which is probably I wouldn't have been pissed. I would have been happy. New Jersey's got a future.
Oh, I'd have been doing backflips.
Go to New Jersey? Shit. The only thing that sucks about New Jersey is they don't play "Hey, you suck" anymore, because the people they own it are all social justice outed. Whatever. I screwed that up. And then so he's got that, and that's pretty much all I got. 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. You got any hockey stuff for me? Let me know. We still got a month to go. I don't think we're doing In the Crease next Friday.
Okay.
My daughter's coming back. She'll be with us for like 2 weeks.
Cool. So you'll be playing Pokemon. All right.
Yeah, I might. That might be something to do. Play some Pokemon. Why? You're playing now, aren't you?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you are. I saw your face.
No, I'm only level 6.
You're playing Pokemon. Well, you have a little brother.
Oh my God. Dave is level 21.
Don't tell fucking real talk. He thinks you're less.
You know how long it takes to level up?
I have no idea because I'm not doing that shit.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
If I did, dude, you know what I do? I'll be honest. I occasionally just see if there's one in the house. If it's not in the house, it's like,
yeah.
They're never in the fucking house. They're never in the house. The first one's in your house when you first turn it on, and then they're all. Then it's like I look at it like, there's one 3 blocks away.
That's standard Pokemon knowledge. You pick the fire, grass, or water type.
You do? See, I don't know. I don't even know that much.
Obviously, you go fire.
You know what you're talking about. So you grew up with this shit. I didn't.
And I'm not as into it as Dave is. I'm nowhere near into it as Dave
Big
is.
fucking dork. Big dork. What's going on in the chat? I'm gonna see what
I'm too busy being a dumb jock and playing MLB.
Yeah. MLB.
And coming back from down 2-0 in a series to win 3 straight.
Yeah.
Of course, you come in right when I start going certifiably insane.
It was pretty funny. How does that guy say his name? Rollick? Rollock? Yeah, I see him a lot. Is he like Swedish or something? Because he has a.
I've never asked him.
Yeah. Yeah, I can call. I can take your calls now, chat. I can take your calls now. I sure can. Hunter Drone, Katie Flannery. How are you there? Get ready. You know what I'm thinking about doing with Dead next year? I'm thinking about I'm gonna move in the crease to this slot, right? And then go back to I'm gonna move in the crease to the Dead slot during the week. And if there's not shit going on, I think I'm just gonna stream all night. You know,
that sounds good. I'll be on board for that.
I think I think I'm just gonna stream, and that might be.
We can show you guys how to do stuff on GTA.
Yeah, the right way.
Yeah, the right way. Only 2 people can get it done.
I hope Snooza didn't. Actually, I heard David S. got lost to Snooza, right? And he acted like a big bitch and made a bunch of. I was gonna make a video. I don't got time to make a video. See, I don't make.
Oh, please tell me that was recorded.
Yeah, I think it was, and he sent it to me. And I've been promising, I'll make a video, because I do make videos occasionally. I don't this I don't consider making a video. I don't consider this making a video.
No.
This is my live broadcast, but I do occasionally make videos, and sometimes they're good. I made a video last month. It was the commercial, which I'm very proud of, that I made Ted Bunks do.
That was already last month. No,
yeah,
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago, like whatever it was.
Well, technically, it would be last month.
I do occasionally make videos, and I just don't have the time with the baby, and really until the baby goes to daycare and we move, I don't see making videos in the near future. I wanted to do like I was going to start recording footage, and maybe when I get to the hang of this card, when I start capturing footage, and doing hockey stuff, like all the.
What type of card do you?
I'm gonna do the Leafy is here of hockey commentary. That's what I think I might go for.
You gonna hiss at people?
Hiss. I'm in the reptilian army. Hey guys, what's going on out there? See this little child over there? You know, he's pretty awkward. You know, just about the way I was when I was 13 years old. Let's fuck with him. Oh, let me kill myself. What's up, Gun Cannon?
Not much. I wasn't sure if you'd actually seen the heritage jerseys. They did the unveiling, I believe, on those today.
Yes, I did, and I think I did. I didn't save it, but I did. And there's a Winnipeg Jets jersey that looked fucking fantastic. I did retweet that on my feed. Oh shit! I deleted the logo. I'm an idiot. Whatever. No, I did see that. But I got something for you, Gun Cannon. Check okay. Everybody check the guess what went for almost 500K. Guess what went?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah? Well, look at Skype right now, bitch, and you'll see it. The 1979 O-Pee-Chee card. Wayne Gretzky, center for the Edmonton Oilers. Look at that beauty.
500 grand?
500K. It's funny because that's probably, I guess, the hockey card of hockey cards. Well, I don't know much about hockey cards, but I remember Gretzky had bought the Honus Wagner card a couple years back. I know he resold it too. He had because Gretzky's a huge baseball fan. What'd you have for us, Gun Cannon?
Well, I was checking on that, and I heard you were talking about the Las Vegas situation and the Silver Knights. I actually, when you were talking about the Aces and then you were talking about the Jacks, my only concern is that there were teams that were named that. Aces, I think, goes back to Cornwall. I think they had a team back in the 90s that was in the AHL. And the Jacks, there's got to be a link somewhere, but I know it'd probably get some sort of reference to Baltimore having a team called the Skipjacks, and they were shortened to the Jacks at one point. So that'd be my only concerns.
You know, it's funny, like, is it going to be a copyright issue or not? I don't think that's a problem because I think the NHL can go buy those folks out. I think they have the impression I get is they have their heart set on Black Knights or Knights of somehow. The problem is that the Army has that. I think the Army has that. I got to make sure of this because that's West Point. I think it's the Black Knights, right? Black.
I think so.
Yeah,
Let's
Knights.
see.
I should know this, right?
You
I
would
didn't
think.
It's not like I went to fucking West Point. Yeah, it's Black Knights, West Point. Yeah, whatever. Army Black Knights. Okay.
Why don't they just call them the Knights?
I don't know.
That'd be too easy.
That'd be too easy.
This is true.
Black Knights, they
so.
they actually have a hockey team too, if I'm not mistaken. Lindros was it Lindros? Whose brother played over? Oh, Brian Leach's brother played for the Black Knights in West Point. I bet a lot of people don't know that. He didn't have the skills that his brother did, but he was a decent play Division I hockey, and West Point does have a Division I hockey team. New York Ranger, 1994. Brian Leach. Way to get that puck out of your own zone. Put it on Adam Graves' stick. Right to Mark Messier. Drops back. Kovalov was playing the off-wing. He scores. Those were the days.
Wasn't Domi on the team then, too?
Domi was in the team. No, not in 94. He was in 92.
I thought he was.
They traded him to Winnipeg, with Chris King, and they got back Eddie Olczyk.
And now we have to listen to Eddie Olczyk anytime we play NHL.
You don't like Eddie?
I think he's okay.
He's all right.
He's all right. I mean,
I like Eddie because I don't ever get the feeling that you get any bullshit from him whatsoever. I think Eddie is who he is. When he was on the Rangers, when he was young,
unless he's doing a Blackhawk game.
Yeah, he got a. Notice that fucking. Do you ever notice that Doc always brings up because he has a ring, Eddie? And I don't know if you know that he's got a '94 ring, and he always brings that up, and you can hear in his voice how much it aggravates him because Eddie was not a big part of that team. In fact, when the book came out about the New York Rangers in '95, I think it was called "Losing the Edge," and it talked about their '94 and '95 season, which were radically different. They mentioned that Eddie really sold himself to then coach Mike Keenan. And he's like, yeah, I want to do this, and I want to be a part of the team, and I want to do this and do that. And then in the middle of this, Eddie selling himself to Keenan goes, are those alligator boots you're wearing? Like there was no chance. So he's a black ace the whole time. Oh. And I remember being really uncomfortable watching Eddie Olczyk with his 1994 Stanley Cup champion T-shirt on the ice. And he was just like more enthusiastic than the guy that still won it. And I got the feeling he was always overcompensating for the fact that he wasn't on the team, really, when it was met. And Eddie Olczyk was a high draft pick, and Eddie Olczyk was, he was at one time considered one of the better American players in the league. And it's just kind of sad that things didn't go for him. But he's got a good job now. But, boy, Doc loves bringing that up. And I think it makes him uncomfortable. I do. Have you noticed this? Several playoff games over the years. Always 94. Several playoff games over the years. Several Wednesday night rivalries. It's always weird. It's almost like he's turning the screw. And I don't think Eddie likes talking about it. It's a guess. I don't know. Maybe Eddie doesn't give a shit. He's got a ring and you don't.
I was gonna say maybe we'll just have to wait for the one day where Olczyk just snaps and looks at Pan and goes, "Yeah, where's yours?"
Where's yours? At least I got one. In fact, yeah, like bow unity. Yeah, there you go. What do you think of that, Doc? Stitch yourself up. You got anything else there?
No, just thought I'd stop in, ask about that, whatnot. I got to get back. I've got to actually start getting all my new stuff together.
I got a capture card.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's a good capture card, but it's not an Elgato.
I don't know. Like, how much was the other one? I don't know. If this thing doesn't work, I blame McKinsey, and he's gonna buy me a new one. This is the one I got. I can't even close a goddamn box. This thing.
Yeah, I got my Elgato like 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just said like the latency is what I'm going for. I don't care. Doesn't make a fucking difference to me. I want to be able to get the donations, and I want to be able to interact. And it's looking like I'm going to need 2 monitors, and I got an extra TV that can act as a monitor. So I don't know how to do it. I think I really got to sit down with Mac, and I got to find how do these other streamers set it up. When they're streaming consoles, the PC stuff. PC's easy to stream.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
console's a whole different thing. It's like, because I have to run the software. Do I really have to run the software for the card and XSplit at the same time?
Well, XSplit should recognize the card. That's the thing.
XSplit will recognize the
It
capture
does,
card.
but it takes a lot of fucking resources to run the card software. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're right. This well, it doesn't seem. I don't know. So I don't.
Yeah.
You see, maybe I don't have to run the damn card. Maybe I don't have to run the I don't have to run the software at all. Is what you're saying?
No, it will automatically sync up with the card, and
I think
should auto read it that way.
Maybe that's why I was getting multiple copies of the thing. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I might need your help, man. I appreciate it. And what's your channel's name?
It's just youtube.com/guncannon15.
Go to Guncannon15. He's doing an AHL show. It's really interesting. I want to know what you. I got a question for you. All right.
Yeah.
You know the new fighting rules. I don't know if Jeff knows this either. The new fight. Can you explain to us the new fighting rules in the AHL this year? And it's probably coming in the NHL next year.
If I remember correctly, without having to go back and look for it, it's essentially if you have infractions up to, I think it was 9, you're only getting like a game suspension, but after that, they're just going to start adding games on for the infraction. So you'll get 1 game, and then when you hit that threshold, you go from getting 1 game to 2 games, and it just keeps going up.
Yeah, that's only a part of it. What's the more important part?
Oh, Jesus.
No fighting after the whistle.
Oh, no fighting after the whistle.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I know. Jeff's eyes just rolled back his head. I don't know what the obsession with these so-called staged fight is, and I don't know that this rule. I'd almost rather these guys see it coming. You know what I mean? You know, it's like my dad says: if they're gonna get rid of fighting, just get rid of fighting. You know, but I have a problem with that. But I mean, that the logic is sound. Why are they doing it half-assed? Why'd they have such a heart attack over John Scott? You know, it just seems like they wanted to go, but they want to phase it out. And Ryan Lampert's logic is it would be phased out eventually, just by virtue of GMs leaning more on advanced stats. I read an article, but it was a week that I wasn't doing in the crease. There is ample evidence out there that GMs are now moving away from advanced stats. They might have.
Yeah, because it worked out great for Toronto.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working out for anybody. I'm sorry. I don't understand how advanced stats can work for a non-turn-based game. I really did. There's just too many variables. I'm not saying it can't help, but I don't think it'd be even as effective as it is in baseball if it's been effective in baseball, because
hockey's so much more unpredictable than baseball.
Yeah, because it's a turn-based game. You know?
I don't know if it's as far as to it being unpredictable. I don't think it's that unpredictable, because if those guys are going to drop the gloves after the puck's dropped, they're more than likely mouthing to each other and saying, "We're going to do this."
Well, they are.
So,
but they don't want to. They want to stop that.
Deaf.
They want to stop that, gun cannon. They think that's bad for the game for some reason. That's a staged fight. You know, the fights that get out of control are the ones that come out of nowhere. I'd rather have a staged fight. And the other thing is that there is less fighting in the league. Matt Kazar, 2 years ago, said on this program, before he was a member of this team, that you're probably going to see more well-rounded players. You know, a guy that can fight but has to be able to score. He used the example of Sean Thornton at the time, because Sean Thornton could get hot, you know. Or maybe like a Dominic Moore or something like that, you know.
Yeah, but that's going to eventually dwindle, especially if they're going to start coming down on the on those fighting rules, which I finally looked it up. It's 10th fighting major, they'll be suspended automatically for a game. Up to 13. Afterwards, 14 and up, it's 2 games per.
I don't think it's going to work in the AHL because, you know, who was the guy? McGrattan? He got his ass knocked out during the season. He said that there's still a need for enforcing in the AHL. He does not feel that way about the NHL anymore, that there's not as much as even a need for it. But in the AHL, where people are fighting to go to the NHL, there is a need for it. So it's interesting. We're basically, with the rule like that, you can't get so many. I guess it doesn't matter all that much because most of the goons aren't playing every night anyway, you know? So it's going to be interesting because, look, it's 2 different leagues. Look, 3-on-3 worked in the AHL. There's no doubt about it. But there's evidence there's evidence that the better hockey minds in the NHL figured out 3-on-3 and forced more shootouts towards the second half of the season. I don't know if that's a fluke or not. We're going to have to see another season of 3-on-3. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, buddy. Take care, man.
You too.
Share around there, sucker. Oh, man. I opened up TeamSpeak for reasons I don't understand. I don't know why I did that. All right, I think I hit everything. Yeah, maybe we had like 3 or 4 good in the crease episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe it's time to cool off on how I want it to get going. 30 more days. I want to get back into it. I want to get my capture card working. I do want to make videos. I don't want to just do this. There's just not shit going on.
Yeah.
All right, in hockey headlines, linesman Don Henderson. You might know him by the guy that got knocked the fuck out by Dennis Weidman. Reportedly, he had neck surgery, and that's going to just end his refereeing career, which is really unfortunate. It's tragic, actually. I still don't think that guy did it on purpose.
I don't either.
Well, they fired the damn arbiter.
Yes,
Arbitrator. The NHL has such a weird thing on concussions. You know, you can't sit there and say he had a concussion, but once you say he has a concussion, he's pretty much absolved.
Yep.
Why? I don't believe is Weidman never. You know, I wouldn't believe that it was like. I hate to say it, Brad Marchand. I don't know if I'd have believed it. Or
No,
Sean Avery. If it was Dominic, not Dominic, the guy in Texas, Rousseau, the Frenchman, the Frenchman. I wouldn't believe. I probably wouldn't have believed it. But Dennis Weidman, I don't think he did. It looks awful. I remember I was like, what the fuck? And then I started thinking about it. I just don't understand why the NHL doesn't say it that way. Bizarre.
I don't either.
Kelly McCrimmon. He's leaving the Wheat Kings. Been hired by the Las Vegas White Knights, Black Knights. I hope they're not the White Knights. Now I just thought it's like an SJW thing.
Oh, God.
Silver Knights. White. It can't be the White Knights. I don't like Knights. The Jacks.
I don't either.
Don't like it. They also hire Kelly McCrimmon. This is assistant GM.
Yeah, that I believe that was Weidman's first suspension.
Yeah, don't buy it.
Yeah, he's been in the league for 12 years
now.
now. 800 games with no incident.
Why? I just don't understand why the NHL's not using their fucking head there. The guy didn't know what the fuck was going on. It's clear he didn't know up from fucking down.
I have been there.
I think the thing they're concerned about the most, they need to suspend him for that long. Oh, look at Pure. They need to suspend him for that long
well,
to protect the referees.
They're worried about actual psychopaths.
What, Pure? What? Quick.
Didn't Weidman got hit before he did that thing to the referee?
Yes, he did. Clearly.
So he was dazzled. You don't know what happened in his head.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why Gary Bettman thinks for sure he knows what happened in his head.
And didn't Bettman take shit from his phone for this case?
Yeah, it got ridiculous. Because he was talking, actually, it was to Brian Campbell. And apparently, fucking Brian Campbell fucking snitched on him and gave it to his old man.
What an ass.
No, it's
now he's on the Blackhawks.
Yeah, good. Fuck him. That pissed me off. I can't believe they can have access to your phones. I wish Congress would pass a law that they.
That's actually so stupid. I mean, it should be private.
You know, well, my father said that corporations, they do this kind of stuff all the time. That you
yes, they do. They do in office jobs. They do that a lot.
Yeah, I know. You lose all your fucking privacy if you work for a corporation.
Yes.
I mean, there'd be some things they shouldn't be able to do, like check your Facebook or your Twitter. I think that should just be off fucking limits. No.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons I can't get a job. I'll never get a job.
Addresses, family.
It's ridiculous. All right, let me end the show. I'm going to get out of here, Pierre. Peace in the Middle East and chicken grease. Oh, everybody's calling me now. Oh, you know what? Hey, look, everybody. It's Sousa. Say hello. You know, I cut Pure a break. I cut Pure a break for calling during the music. And Pure knows better, but Pure gets a break. But Sousa does not, because Sousa calls constantly.
No.
Yeah. What's his name in the Avalanche? You got to fucking...
Pure's good at GTA. Pure knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I didn't do a very good job today, Jeff.
It's okay.
No. I only broadcast
I
about
did a
once.
good job today in my MLB The Show series.
That's not important. I'm important.
It is important.
No, it's not. Not in the grand scheme.
It is, though.
It's important for me to broadcast well. These are live broadcasts. They can't all be fucking golden, you know? Gets very formulaic after a while, and I got to come up with new ideas and think of, you know, better stuff to say than "Get out of my crease!"